Welcome to Lessons for Life, where we seek to learn, love, and live the Word of God. Now, here is James Long Jr.
Hey everyone, this is James Long, and we're going to be talking today about developing a comprehensive plan. Planning is so important when you are looking to make changes in your life, personally, relationally. As you're going through this change process, it is so important to have a plan. You know how many people start off a new year and they list out a number of things that they want to change, and they make these resolutions, and by week 1, it's there, but by week 2, it's gone. And I think part of the reason is that they do not have a plan. So we're going to go through a series of steps today and look at the different elements of a plan. And what I want you to do is to get a journal and get a pen or pencil, and I want you to sit down and really prayerfully work through each one of these sections so that it will help you to start to develop a plan for change. Well, step number 1 is trying to identify what is my problem. That may sound like a joke to you, because most people, when you say, what is my problem, they start thinking about somebody outside themselves. Maybe friends or family, work, church, neighborhood, house, whatever it is. But I want you to make this personal, and I want you to take responsibility. I want you to think about what is your problem. And by doing so, what I want you to think about is this. I want you to ask yourself the question, what do you want to change? So important. So in your journal, I want you to list down everything that you would want to change, maybe physically, maybe mentally, maybe emotionally, maybe relationally, maybe where you want to grow spiritually, maybe financially, maybe in career or academics. I want you to think about different areas of your life where you would want to grow and change. What do you want to change? The list can't be too long right now. We will whittle it down, but I want you to try to identify a path of where you want to go. You know, you could start to begin a journey, but really it's looking at where you want to end up in that journey is where you will start to be able to make real movement. So you need to dream big. Think about where you would want to go and how we're going to get there. Well, that moves us to the second question I want you to consider. Not just what do you want to change, but why do you want to change? This is so important as well. I think this is primarily the reason why most people fail in their resolutions. Most people fail in their goals. Most people fail in the things that they want to change because they have not dealt with the internal thing, the heart, their motivation, their internal want. I can ask a person, do you want to change? And most people focus on the want, on the change element. They don't focus on the want. And so what we want to do in this series is to talk about the want, the internal desire, the heart level, the motivation, the why do I want to change? Well, the next question I need you to consider is this. What has hindered your growth and change in the past? Maybe it's people, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's certain circumstances, maybe it's things that you need to learn, maybe it's habits that are in your life, maybe it's patterns that you've developed. What are the things that have hindered you from change in the past? So what do you want to change? Why do you want to change? What has hindered you from changing? And then we're going to be talking about, as we go through this series, what are you going to do? What are the action steps that you're going to take to make the changes that you need to do in life? Oftentimes, when I think about the problem that I'm going through, it is so helpful for me to think about the frequency of this problem, the duration of this problem, the intensity of this problem. So how long have I dealt with this? How frequently does it happen in my life? How long does it last when it does come? And on an intensity scale, I usually use 0 to 10. How intense is this particular question or this particular problem? So as you're thinking about these questions, I want you to wrestle through with these questions in your mind. And I pray that as you come up with answers, we're going to be preparing in our next lesson to take the next step along this process. Blessings.
This has been Lessons for Life with James Long Jr. We hope you've been blessed. For more information, go to jameslongjr.org.